I am Kevin Penner. I have a wonderful wife, Valerie, and two wonderful kids, Isabella and Georgia. For me, the whole giving and affected by giving piece really started with the Matthew 25 challenge, especially for us as a family. I don't usually, I try to avoid these things, whether at church or not. And so we're like, hey, we're just going to do it. Let's get uncomfortable. We've been on this kick a lot, thanks to Sol and a couple other mentors in my life, to get uncomfortable, because that's where the growth happens. And so anyways, we worked at it. We worked at it all week, and I posted on social media, and it got some really great conversations going. We had tough conversations at the supper table with our two daughters. And again, Valerie, my wife, leading the way with going through the World Vision book and sharing a story about asking the questions that are in the book. And then we came to Sol to drop off the kids or for something on the weekend, and I kind of was like, oh, World Vision's gonna be here. And so we just did not come to church that Sunday, because we were kind of just yeah, we already sponsor a kid, and at home we stayed and we watched, we streamed from home, and boy, were we embarrassed and disappointed, because the whole project was so unique, so different, and the way that Sol connected the stories and that whole being chosen and giving really struck something with us. And thankfully, the next week when we came back, there was a call for some more kids, and we felt so fortunate that we could just do it. And we weren't planning on doing another kid, because we were at this area where we felt comfortable, and it was time for us to go beyond. And so this last year, getting involved with these things and really explaining to them why I'm doing it, it's because I don't want my kids to know anything else. I don't want my kids to know anything other than a life of serving and community. I want them to know that it's not something that makes me uncomfortable, that it's something that I feel called to do, and that we should all be willing to do when somebody calls on us. We just got our giving statement this week, and no matter where you are in your Christian journey, and kudos to those of you watching this that don't struggle from envy or jealousy, but it's been interesting seeing. I've got a lot of friends and family who aren't Christian or whatever, that are traveling and seeing the world and all this, and I'm just get our giving statement, and I looked at it and I was like, oh man, wow, that was a lot. And I know it sounds super selfish, but it unfortunately was the emotion that I felt at the time, and it was interesting, because in that instance I thought about saving up for the kingdom of heaven, and what this small amount of years on this earth versus eternity in heaven will be like. And it was just instantly I stopped. It was God was there in that moment, and it just instantly went away. I stopped feeling envy or whatever, and it was oh yeah, the bigger plan.